Am I really being lectured on morality by a KGB hack?
The state must reclaim its assets and its authority. A country cannot be run by businessmen.
It's a Shakespearean drama ripped from the headlines of Russian history. Now on Broadway, Patriots is set in the chaos of post-Soviet-era Russia.
Most of the play concerns the 90s, which was this extraordinary time in Moscow in particular, and Russia more widely, where the new Russian state was being established under the Boris Yeltsin administration. It was the beginning of a kind of liberal free market in Russia. Gang culture, was huge crime problems from a nascent mafia. We follow the first oligarch, the oligarchy kind of began really the kind of change of Russia, Boris Berezovsky, and then also a quieter former KGB officer, Vladimir Putin.
Emmy and Tony Award nominee Michael Stuhlbarg plays billionaire Boris Berezovsky, orchestrating the political rise of a relatively unknown Vladimir Putin, played by Will Keane, who originated the role in London.
You've been inhabiting Vladimir Putin now for a couple of years. Has he changed for you at all, getting to know that character through these years?
It does feel like the filter on it changes every day because something else happens every day. It feels like the play has overall become darker and darker because of events. It does seem to become more and more perturbing.
The first, or the early readings that we did with Peter Morgan were actually before the invasion of Ukraine even, and then subsequent to that, the ongoing war there, the suppression of dissident voices, of course the tragic fate of Navalny, much more recently, have cast a huge shadow over what we're doing. And we have changed the play. The play on Broadway is a different play.
But the central tension of the script, written by The Crown's creator Peter Morgan, remains the same. Berezovsky promotes Putin as a successor to Boris Yeltsin, an attempt to create a puppet presidency as oligarchs ruled behind the scenes. He then watches in horror as his plan falls apart.
Putin was my mistake. Getting rid of him is my responsibility.
Boris is one of many that got in the way or became an outspoken critic of how Mr. Putin ran his country, runs his country, and consequences were suffered because of it.
Those colors of victimhood, the extent to which he is violent and volatile and unpredictable and vengeful grows out of a sense of hurt, of the world having done him wrong or Berezovsky having done him wrong.
Patriots, which opened a limited run on April 22nd, also captures universal themes about political polarization and deep ideological divides.
I think the play is definitely a warning about how once you lose freedom of speech and free democracy, power can accelerate very quickly. I think it's a warning about how narratives of national identity can be both inspiring but also very dangerous in the wrong hands.
I also find that the play has tremendous resonance in terms of this country and what it means to be a patriot, especially at a time when we're so divided as a country, not just economically, but philosophically. It's a kind of exploration as well about what it means to love your country. There's a million ways to show that, and there's a million ways to feel it.
For GZERO World, I'm Tony Masilis.